Hello my fellow gnomes, welcome to episode 12 of Dead Rails. Now so far with our items we can drag them and we can drop them on the back of things, but if I start driving off that might just about stay on, but you can see, oh no, it's gonna fall off. Right? It'd be handy to have a way to attach things, right, to weld them like we see in Dead Rails. So that's what we're gonna make. Now, what we need to do is we need to go into our starter character script, into our drag system script. Now, we've got this variable for grabbed object. We're going to create another one called weld target. Okay, that's going to be equal to nil initially. And then inside of our run service.heartbeat, we're going to do another raycast. So we're already raycasting for defined objects that we might be able to pick up. But now I want to look for items that I could maybe weld the object that I've grabbed to, right? Let's do a little comment just to separate it out. We'll say, look for welds. And just for now, let's just copy this whole section and paste it in here. So again, we're raycasting from the mouse. And we want to filter out the player's character, but we also want to filter out the object we're holding as well. So let's wrap this in a table with two little curly parentheses and then add a comma, and we will make sure we're filtering out the grabbed object. Now, instead of making it the length of max direction, let's make it just equal to the direction. Sorry, not the direction. Let's make it equal to the distance, right? Which is how far away we grab that item. We set this down here when we first pick up that item. And then I might just sort of add 1 to this as well. So if we wrap it in brackets and say +1. So 1 stood further on than the item. And now let's check what we got. So if we have a result and we have a instance, then we will set the weld target equal to that result dot instance. Otherwise, else the weld target is nil. We haven't got any target. So to check that's working, let's just print out the weld target like so. Make sure we have our output visible. And now if we're playing the game and we pick up the gold bar, we should see nil. And then if we move closer to this other part over here, we're going to see part, right? So we would be able to weld it in that position. If I take it away, then it's nil again. So when I'm close, I'll be able to weld it there. So let's detect for welding. Now we're just going to do keyboard support today. So going with our input began, and we're going to need to change the structure of this a little bit. So before we're saying if it's not the mouse button, if they're not clicking, then we're going to ignore it. But now let's say if they are clicking, then we'll do all of this logic. Okay, so this is to grab an object, but then below it we'll have a new condition for welding objects, and we'll say else if the input dot key code equals, and let's use the Z key. And now we've got to check if we want to weld or unweld an object. So if we've got a grabbed object and we have a weld target, then we're going to want to request the server to create that weld. So just like for our drag and drop system, right, we've got this drag handler script. We're actually going to expand this a little bit. So we're going to make this into a weld handler as well. So we've got a drag request remote function. We're going to create another one called weld request, and then we'll create a variable for that. So this is the drag remote, and then we'll also have one called weld remote, which again, be it replicated storage, weld request. Make sure we update that. And then down here, weld remote on server invoke equals another function quite similar to before. We're going to have the player, the object that they're trying to weld, and then the weld surface object. Okay, so the surface that they want to weld onto. Now, just as before, in fact, we can copy that line. If we don't have an object or it's not apparent or something weird, then we'll ignore it and carry on. But if we do have a weld surface provided and that object is being dragged by, so we could use the attribute, get attribute dragged by, if that equals the player's user ID, because we don't want people trying to weld stuff that other people are carrying, right? And let's check the object isn't currently welded. So object find first child, and we'll call this player weld. So, and there is not a player weld within it. Then that's quite a lot of conditions. I'll zoom out so you can see it all. So if all of that is true, then we're going to create a new weld. So local weld equals instance.new weld constraint. We'll set the name of it. This is important to the same name we call it here, player weld. The weld.part0, so a weld glues two objects together. So the 0 part is the object, and the part 1, so the second part, is the weld surface, and we're going to parent this to the object, and we'll return true so the player knows that they were successful in their remote function request. Now otherwise, maybe they want to unweld something. So else if we've not got a weld surface and the object is not being dragged by anyone, then let's go and find the weld. So the weld is going to be equal to player weld. So let's see, do we have a weld? And if we do, then just go ahead and destroy that. And then we'll return true again so we can confirm it was successful. Otherwise, you're just going to want to return false. So that's our server handling. Let's make sure we're calling this on the client. So again, we got our drag remote. We can just copy and paste. And this time it's going to be weld remote and weld request. Oops, there we go. So then this weld remote, we can invoke when the player is here. We want to invoke the server. We need to send our grabbed object and our weld target. And if this is successful, so if we get true back from the server, then let's make sure that we drop the object as well. So we're not still trying to move it on the client because things could get confusing then. So this will request to weld something. But what if we don't have a grabbed object? So there's no grabbed object, but we do have a target. So not a weld target, but a target, right? That's something that we're going to pick up that we set down here, right? When we're not carrying something and we're looking for something to drag. So if we've got a target, and then they press Z, and it's currently welded, then we're going to invoke this again, but this time it's going to be false, and we're going to send the target. Okay, let's try playing. So we come over here. I've disabled the print, so there's nothing. Oh, we've still got the print, actually. But if we bring it over, and now it's within range, I press Z, and oh, we got a little error, but it has welded apart. Let's see what that error was. That's the network ownership API. So we can fix that pretty easily. So this is actually happening inside of our dragging remote. It's got this error here where we try to set it to nil because we're telling them we want to drop the item, but it's already welded. So we can't set the network owner. So what we can do is we just check if it's actually contains this player weld thing. If object contains the player weld, or rather if it does not contain it, then we will set it to nil. Okay, so now we should see, I drag the gold bar over, bring it over here, weld it on, there's not going to be any error anymore. Now you might not be able to want to just be able to weld things to random parts like this, right? Probably don't need to weld to the train platform. You might just want to weld onto the train. So if you want to restrict that, what we could do is we could use tags again. So I'm going to select my platform part and I only want this to be weldable. And I'm going to create a tag under it called weldable. And then inside of the local script where I'm searching for parts that I could weld, just like before where we checked if it was draggable, well, we need to check, and our result.instance has tag of weldable. And then on the server, we'll want to check that as well, where we'll say if the weld surface, if it doesn't have the tag, then we will return false. Okay, so now let's try again. We're playing, we pick up our gold bar, and if we walk over to here, it's still going to be nil, right? I can press Z, nothing's going to happen. It's just going to fall down. But if I come over here to the train platform, and now I can press Z and I can weld it and I can get on my merry way and it's going to perfectly stay there. And if I stop the train and I try and like push at it, right, nothing's going to happen. But if I look at it, press Z, you see it falls down and then I can click and drag it again. Pretty cool. So that is our welding system. That is episode 12 of Dead Rails. If you want to get the scripts and the project files for this, they are available, of course, to Gnome Code Academy members. But that's all for today's video. So thank you very much for watching and goodbye.